22 years ago, Australia walked onto a World Cup stage and almost nobody took them seriously. They left having beaten Japan, drawn with Croatia, and pushed eventual champions Italy to the absolute limit, and only lost on a penalty that most people still argue about to this day. This World Cup, they're being underestimated again. Stay right there, because what's about to happen between the United States and Australia could be the most compelling match of the entire group stage. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Welcome back to Football Kick Theory, your home for deep tactical breakdowns, match previews, and the football analysis that actually explains why things happen on the pitch. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. We cover every major match, every major tournament, and we don't do surface-level takes. Today is proof of that. We're breaking down USA versus Australia at FIFA World Cup 2026. This is not a one-sided fixture. This is not a formality. This is a match where careers get made, tactical game plans get exposed, and the team with more belief on the day, not necessarily more talent, walks away with 3 points that could define their entire tournament. Let's get into it. Let's start with the United States, because the hype around this generation is real, and it is justified. For years, American football existed in a kind of awkward limbo. Talented players, underperforming program, no clear identity. That era is over. This squad has players competing at the highest level in European football week in, week out. We're talking the Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga. The experience these players are carrying into this tournament is fundamentally different from any American squad before them. Their style of play has evolved dramatically. They press aggressively in transition. They're physically imposing in midfield battles, and when they get the ball moving quickly through lines, they can be genuinely dangerous. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is the part most previews skip. The United States has a very specific vulnerability. When they push numbers forward and the press doesn't work, when the opposition stays calm and plays through them, the space that opens up behind the fullbacks is enormous. Teams that can absorb pressure for 40 minutes and then hit quickly on the counter have caused them real problems. Australia has spent years perfecting exactly that. Australia enters this tournament doing what Australia always does, not getting enough credit. The Socceroos are not a team of superstars. They are a team of workers, of organizers, of footballers who have studied their roles inside out and execute them with a discipline that more talented squads genuinely envy. What makes Australia dangerous isn't a single player. It's their collective structure. They defend in a compact shape that makes central areas nearly impossible to exploit. They force teams wide. They win second balls. They tire out technically superior opponents for 60, 70 minutes. And then, with one transition, one set piece, one moment of individual quality, they change the entire match. Their weakness? When the game opens up and they need to create chances against a well-organized block. Sustained attacking possession isn't where they live. But here's the thing. In this fixture specifically, Australia may not need to be the team that dominates the ball. They just need to make the United States work for every single yard. And they are very, very good at that. Now let's talk about the individuals who could decide this match. Christian Pulisic is the man the United States build around. At his best, he is one of the most creative attacking players in world football, a genuine difference maker who can win tight games on instinct alone. Every player in Australia's defensive line will have one eye on his position at all times. Weston McKennie is the engine. He arrives late, he wins headers, he covers ground relentlessly. If he dominates the midfield battle, the Americans control the game. Yunus Musah is criminally underrated in international conversations. His ability to carry the ball through pressure in central areas is a weapon that teams consistently fail to neutralize until it's too late. For Australia, Matthew Ryan could be the most important player on the pitch. Goalkeepers win World Cup matches. One moment of brilliance from Ryan at a crucial time could completely reframe this game. Jackson Irvine in midfield is Australia's heartbeat. His duel with McKennie will tell you everything you need to know about where this match is going. And keep your eyes on Harry Suter at the back. He is an aerial presence who will be central to Australia's set-piece threat, which, as we'll cover next, could be their biggest weapon. This tactical matchup is genuinely fascinating, and here's the key dynamic you need to understand. The United States want to play fast and direct. They want to press high, win the ball in dangerous areas, and attack with pace before Australia can get set defensively. Their 4-3-3 structure is built for that rhythm. Australia's counter to that is not to try and outplay them. It's to outlast them. In a compact 4-2-3-1, the Socceroos will sit deep enough to deny space between the lines, encourage the Americans to circulate the ball in non-threatening areas, and wait. They are extraordinarily patient. It can take an entire half before Australia show their hand. The key tactical question is this: can the United States break down a deep defensive block without losing their shape in the process? Because if they can't, if they leave the game stretched, if they push one fullback too many into attack, Australia will spring. They will go direct. They will target the space behind Sergiño Dest or Antonee Robinson, and they will get into dangerous positions before the American defensive line can recover. Set pieces are Australia's ace in the hole. With Suter's aerial ability and organized delivery, every corner and free kick in the final third is a genuine scoring opportunity. The United States are no slouch from dead balls either, but Australia's set-piece structure may give them the slight edge in that department. Historically, these two sides have met infrequently, but when they have, the pattern has been consistent. Tight, physical, competitive, no soft touches. Which brings me to the three questions that will decide this match. Question 1. Can Australia survive the opening 20 minutes? The United States typically come out at maximum intensity. They press hard, they set the tempo, and they try to establish psychological dominance early. If Australia concedes in that phase, if they crack under the early pressure, this becomes a very different game. But if they hold, if they absorb that pressure and keep it at 0 after 25 minutes, watch how the dynamic shifts. The Americans start second-guessing. The crowd gets impatient. Space starts appearing. Question 2. Does Christian Pulisic deliver on the biggest stage? He has produced brilliant moments in club football. He has shown flashes at international level, but World Cups measure a player differently. This is the kind of match that turns players into legends, or reveals that the ceiling was lower than advertised. Question 3. Can Australia's defensive block frustrate a high-quality American attack long enough to steal something? They've done it before to better teams. The question is whether this version of the United States has the tactical patience and individual quality to unlock them. Here's how I expect both sides to line up. United States, 4-3-3, Matt Turner in goal. A back four of Sergiño Dest, Chris Richards, Tim Weah, and Antonee Robinson. Midfield trio of McKennie, Musa, and Reina. And up front, Weah, Balogun, and Pulisic on the left. Australia, 4-2-3-1. Matthew Ryan, Atkinson, Suter, Rolls, and Behich across the back. Backus and Irvine as the double pivot. McGree, Goodwin, and Boyle behind Kusini Yengi up top. Two well-organized setups. Two clear tactical identities. One match. My prediction? United States 2-1 Australia. But I want to be clear about something. This is not a foregone conclusion. This is not a team being shown mercy by a superior opponent. This is a tight World Cup match that will be decided by moments. A penalty decision, a late set piece, a keeper making a stop that keeps the scoreline alive. The United States have the individual quality to decide it in their favor. Pulisic, Musa, Reina. On their day, they can expose any defensive structure in the world. But Australia will make them work. They will frustrate. They will stay organized for as long as their legs allow. And if the Americans aren't clinical, if they create chances and waste them, the Socceroos are more than capable of punishing them on the counter and walking away with one of the most talked about results of the tournament. This is what the World Cup is built for. A giant versus a giant killer. And nobody should be betting the house on which one walks away. That is your full breakdown of USA versus Australia at the FIFA World Cup 2026. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your score prediction in the comments right now. Seriously, every single person watching this, put your prediction down. We're going to come back to this video after the match and go through them. If you haven't subscribed to Football Kick Theory yet, now is genuinely the time. We cover every major match at this tournament. Tactical breakdowns, player analyses, post-match reviews. You don't want to miss a single video this World Cup. Like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.